Hi, everybody. Welcome in to the season finale of The Lost Frontier, our Star Trek Adventures actual play. We are currently short one Dr. Chixel Tix, but AJ should be joining us shortly with any luck. We are going to carry on with the story until they get in. They're just running a little bit late tonight. That's okay. But with me I have a fantastic cast. I'm your GM Anita, and with me I have an amazing cast, and I'll let them introduce themselves. And we will start in the opposite order tonight. We'll start with our chief of security.
Oh, I was not prepared for this. I was still pulling things up. Hello, what does this note say? Milan, that's my name, also known as Mallard on the internet. I'm going to be playing Dovum Baran tonight. We both use he, him pronouns.
Heck yeah. And next up we have our science officer.
Hi, I'm Osarix Franco. I play Taru the Vulcan, and both her and my pronouns are she, her.
And we have our pilot.
G'day everyone, it's Wasa. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Nalani Nadan, our pilot, who uses she, they.
And we have a special guest returning again tonight, who's been kind enough to join us for the past couple episodes, Noir.
Hey, what's up? I'm Noir. I'm playing Captain Harrow, and both of our pronouns are he, they.
Oh, so who wants to give me, for a shiny point of momentum off the top of the episode, who wants to give me a quick recap of the season so far? Noir, if you do it, I'm not giving you a point of threat.
I was gonna ask, but you know.
Rude.
That's racist, by the way.
I can take a stab at it, and I would love it if my fellow staff members would assist. But we are aboard the USS Solstice, a research rescue vessel. We were headed towards a Starfleet station, and on the way we encountered the Matador. On board we discovered the AI Nara, who seemingly is incredibly advanced, is from the Gamma Quadrant? Is that right?
Correct.
The Gamma Quadrant, and is able to process emotions. We arrived at deep space, a certain number, which escapes me in this moment.
Deep space
But we
5.
arrived at, 5, thank you. I knew it was an odd number, but I was like, but it's not the show one. It's not the show one. We arrived at Deep Space 5, where we accosted a smuggling ring, learned more about Nara, and were able to give them a holographic form. However, the agent that assisted in that was a sneaky sneak and was actually part of Section 31. We were also given the mission to explore an anomaly, a seemingly stable wormhole. That was our final destination. To head and discover, because the USS Rowley had gone through and had not been heard from since. We were able to keep Nara on board the ship, despite Section 31's best attempts to take them from us. And we headed there. Entering into the anomaly, we were affected by tachyon radiation and particles, which helped goof up the timeline. This is an ongoing theme, as seemingly when entities enter through the anomaly, it sends a pulse of tachyon radiation through the galaxy, interrupting the timeline, making things like messages received before they should be able to, and other effects that we're not really sure of the extent of yet. Once we passed through the anomaly, we sent a signal into it, or once we reached it, we sent a signal into it calling out to the Raleigh. Captain Harrow responded, and then responded by coming back through the anomaly and teleporting onto our ship, demanding to know what the energy signature was that was Nara. and demanding that we leave, rejecting the prime directive of Starfleet. We were, through some shenaniganry, able to smuggle Nara away into a Faraday cage. Our chief engineering officer, Savan, pulled a stunt, which ended up with her being captured. There was a standoff with Captain Harrow where Lieutenant Commander Dovum agreed to an exchange of the AI in exchange for Savan. It was a tricks that went awry. There were explosions. Dovum was barely teleported back in time. And seemingly, Dr. Harrow has committed violence against our senior engineer in a uncharacteristic act of creativity and daring. Taru advised the captain to take the ship into the anomaly in an attempt to evade Captain Harrow's ship, USS Raleigh, which is a big ol' tanky tank boy. And that's where we left
That is
off.
the technical term for a sovereign class ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Did I leave out any of like the big story points, guys?
Noir might have something to say about you omitting all of the key NPCs that they created through
There were
channel point redemption.
many wonderful characters, friends.
Such as
Clapon Shakes.
It was Cheeks is the engineer.
Cheeks, yes,
But
Cheeks.
Jean-Marc Clapon was the
That's what
the
it is.
saboteur,
It was a smuggler.
the smuggler aboard the station.
Yes. I forgot the most recent one. I think it is in my notes somewhere.
We had Wilma
Latoris.
Latoris. Matthew.
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Or Michael.
Yes.
Yes.
So many characters along the way.
Such
in
a
typical-
star-studded class.
Indeed, truly.
And with that, you get a point of momentum.
Yeah, boy.
To start off the episode.
Note takers unite.
And because I'm feeling nice and because that was just such a star, you get two to start.
Yeah.
fucking
With that,
fine.
listen, I gotta give them some sort of edge. With that, the camera shifts aboard the USS Raleigh. Captain Harrow standing in the brig over a chair. Phaser in hand. The beam of light expelled. The room is quiet. And sitting on the chair is a single holographic emitter.
Well, this is an interesting turn of events. I am going to run. I want to scan it. I want to scan it and see if this is what I think it is and what it fucking better be.
But before that, you made you get a ping over the intercom.
Captain Harrow.
Captain, I think you better come see this. This is the team over on the runabout that we captured.
Mm-hmm.
I think you better come down here and have a look.
I'll be on my way. I'm going to give my second the order to make sure that the scans are run on this hologram and give them the instructions on how to nullify it with the crate so that it doesn't take over anything.
Okay.
Then I'm going to make my way to the runabout.
And you make your way back to the captain's yacht, which is currently in the shuttle bay of the rally. And you see one of your engineers is standing outside. Sir, I know that you asked us to scan for transporter signatures, and
Yes.
no one beamed in or out, but for some reason the transporter pattern buffer on the yacht is, like, there's something in there. I wanted to get your approval before we opened it up.
Security detail. I need a regiment of 5 men. High capacity phasers. What's
They
the
come.
security?
Oh, good.
Just if anything moves on my command, kill it. Open it up.
And the engineer nods. The 5 security flood in. And the engineer taps on the security grid. There is a swirling pool of light. And on the transporter pad is another member of your crew, unconscious.
I'm really starting to appreciate the gusto of the solos.
The camera will shift into the anomaly. Everything in this, it doesn't look like a standard blackness of space. Everything is sort of coated in this purplish, almost twilight color. You can see faint points of stars as you travel through. It's unlike any phenomena in space that you've seen before. And it's at that point that Havar comes over the intercom, Captain? What is it? There's something weird with the last transmission that the rally sent to us. I'm trying to clear it up now, sir. Put it on screen. And it's the same scene that you saw. Harrow with the phaser. I'm just going to start stripping away portions of this video. And as layers come down, on the view screen, you see Sovan's face. Solstice, I don't know how much longer I've got on here until they figure out what exactly is going on. Probably not too much. But you can see that, judging by where the transmission is coming from, it looks like she's in some sort of access corridor, some sort of Jeffries tube, and has tapped into, like, the EPS conduits and the communication systems, and is sending a transmission underneath, like piggybacking on top of Harrow's transmission. I've scanned their warp core. It looks like they've done some modifications to the ship. They've harnessed some of the energy from the anomaly. I'm sending you the coordinates, or not the coordinates, I'm sending you the data now with this transmission packet. I won't be able to talk to you again like this. Not without them figuring out what's going on. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine, I think. Good luck, Solstice. And the transmission cuts.
Rue is just staring at the transmission screen. Like, just stunned for, like, beat. and then immediately turns to start processing the data.
The camera shifts to earlier in the day, and you see Sylvan on the captain's yacht, knowing full well that it's about to be boarded. She programs a holographic emitter, and an identical Sylvan pops up. She then runs to the transporter pad, punches in some data, stands on it, gets placed into the pattern buffer. The first team comes aboard to bring the holographic savant off, but one stays behind to watch the ship. He notices something in the pattern buffer. When he turns it on, the sequence starts. But a nearby EPS conduit that has been rigged to overload catches him with a plasma burst, and he falls to the ground just as Sylvan rematerializes. You watch Sylvan take the body, pull it onto the transporter pad, punch in the coordinates, and then takes a sort of a holographic mask that you all are familiar with, one that was confiscated from a Section 31 agent, and places it on their face. She then shifts into that guard, takes a step off the ship, and then begins to get to work. Savannah's been John McClaning it through the vents of the rally for the last little bit.
Here's the deal. I loved her already, and then I mourned her loss.
Remember when I said I was making a whole bunch of rolls?
And I loved her more, which didn't feel possible.
I want you to know that Sylvan didn't roll any less than 3 successes on all of her stuff. She kept rolling 1s or under her specialties.
She's my queen.
So yeah, that's what Sylvan's been up to. Captain Harrow. Your second comes back. It's just a hologram, sir. Looks like it was programmed to look like the Andorian.
And we have a problem. Red alert.
The ship goes to red alert. I gotta hide that one. Give me 1 sec, y'all. Boop. There we go. The ship goes to red alert. The lights flash, and in one of the vents somewhere, I'm sure Sylvan just... Well, that's it for me.
I need every inch of my ship searched. I need the location of the Solus. And I need us to get to them very quickly.
Aye, sir. We're on it.
The second we have them in range, fire everything.
Everything, sir?
Everything.
Sir, they're another Starfleet vessel. Aye, sir. And your second turns.
Before he walks away, I am just going to say, you do remember, Starfleet is the one that left us to die.
Aye, sir. And he walks. All right, solstice. Nearby, you do see a nebula that you can plot a course to and hide out there for a short period of time. Hopefully, you'll be able to avoid the sensors from the rally while you come up with a plan using Sylvan's data.
Mm-hmm. I'm on it in terms of searching and hopping and being in covert.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like a coded transmission, so you can absolutely give me a reason and security to try and decode it, Nalani. Because you're more computery computers these days.
Yes, I do have the computer expertise. Does this file under espionage?
Yes. So that means you would
3
crit.
successes.
Heck yeah. Easily enough, the data comes up on the screen. That does earn you an additional point of momentum.
What does a talent do?
Your talents can give you extra dice for things. They can allow you to reroll a die. Basically, they help you with like easing tasks and the like.
Cool. I'm just going to double check if computer expertise actually does anything else. You may add a bonus d20 to the pool.
So hey, you can roll an extra d20.
That's another success. Not a crit, though.
That's 4 successes. If you want, you can also use immediately to ask questions.
Is there a question team that...
I mean, I have something I could do with a single momentum if we have extra.
You've got 4 on the board right now. And you do not know how many threat that I have given Captain Haro.
You know...
This is the message coming from Savan about the warp core, right?
Correct. It is a secure data packet that was piggybacked on top of the transmission.
There's one question I can think that would give us a really big advantage if we can find out the answer.
Mm-hmm.
What is its weakness?
The weakness of the, like a structural weakness?
Of the altered warp core. Yeah. They've modified it, which means that it's not typical. They've added on a bunch of stuff, but that doesn't mean that it's impervious. They have an advantage with speed and guns, but if they're stuck floating in space, doesn't matter how slow we are. We can still move.
The engineers have adapted the warp core of the USS Raleigh to, instead of using a dilithium matrix, which is typical of a vessel of this era, instead it actually feeds off the active energy of the anomaly.
Well, does that mean that if it's out of the anomaly, it's just like got no juice?
If you can find a way to siphon the gasoline out of the tank, you might have an edge in speed.
It also means we could collapse the wormhole and cut them off their power supply entirely.
That also means that you will be stuck on the other side of the anomaly, because currently you are within the Twilight.
Or flood the tank.
Or flood the tank.
Or flood the tank.
And cause an overload.
Just because...
Our tachyon stabilizing device also feeds off of the energy of the anomaly.
It counteracts it.
If we were to get that device onto their ship and into their warp core, they would just shut down and probably suffer a breach at least.
Yeah. it would put us at risk for being. I mean, at that point, we would be at the anomalies kind of whims, right? We would be affected.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantee that we would be able to make it out without that. But it's a good idea.
Nalani, can you make me an additional insight plus security roll real quick?
I sure can. Insight. Oh, where is my sheet? Insight plus security.
And you're focusing.
Is that 2?
Your focus in computers will apply, or your computer expertise would apply. So if you want to get an extra die, you can.
Okay. Insight and security 7, 8, 9. That's 11. So that's a 4, a 2, and a 7.
Okay, that's 3 successes. There's something weird with like an odd low-lying subroutine just in the ship's systems, but it's kind of hard to tell what it's about. There's just an odd line of code.
Okay, that's weird. Is it something that Teru might, or
Hard to say. It's
Is
just
that next
it's
to
just
me?
weird, and it's just kind of blipping in the background. It's hard to source it. That's all you'd really get.
so it's a subroutine that's blipping?
Yeah, there's like some sort of weird blip in a subroutine matrix. Some sort of like
And-
it's an auxiliary system that like doesn't really get much use, but it's active for some reason.
And is this in? Where is this located? This code bit? Is this in the?
No, this isn't in the data packet. This is actually just aboard the Solstice, and you just as you're like decoding it, you see this weird subroutine, and it's almost like it like gives you a little bit of a push on some of the like helps unlock like some of the data that you've got in the stream. Like just a little
It's
faster.
like a little Nara. It's like a little Nara.
Maybe
Do I notice it and only I notice it?
only you notice this.
Oh no. My border collie brain is like, I wonder what that does. Let me see if that
Let's press this big red button. Currently, also, the captain's put the ship to a standing red alert as well. Shields are up. Like, y'all are as hidden as you can be. Captain Harrow, your ship re-emerges from the anomaly to the other side. And your ship begins to scan. We're not getting anything so far, sir. Should we go into hunter mode?
Yes. And activate our cloaking.
And you see from the exterior of the ship, this massive Sovereign-class vessel shimmers and disappears.
I will be leaving the bridge to you.
Aye, sir?
There's a rat in my ship. I want to find it. And I want to kill it. And I am going to go. I am going to go on the hunt myself, and I would like to use my neural interface to. I literally just want to see if any of my systems are being brute forced.
Okay. I'm just going to do a quick roll on my end here. Can I get you to make an insight plus security roll real quick for me?
Okay, that is a 9 and a 3. My insight is 7, and my secure. Wait, I don't. Well, do I have to tell you what my stuff is?
Your insight is what is your insight plus your security?
Plus my security, that is a 11.
Okay, so anything under an 11 is a success.
All right, they both are successes.
Yes. some of your systems are being co-opted in one of the Jeffries tubes.
I am literally following the latest ones.
You make your way into the Jeffries tube systems, and you find your way to this. It's sort of like this little alcove that's got a viewport to the outside. And it's like this sort of small area used for engineering diagnostics.
I'm good. Now that I have seen that they've been brute force, can I see what changes or what data has been gathered?
No data has been gathered, but data has been sent off of the ship. Telemetry on your warp core specs, on everything that you have learned about the anomaly so far, and the shield frequency of your cloaking device.
This is Haro to the bridge. This is the information that's been compromised. Any changes that you can make in the immediate, do so. Lock down all systems and lock down all doors. The only one that should be able to move freely is me. If there is anything that you see that is even the slightest bit suspect, I demand to know immediately.
Aye, sir. Do you need us to dispatch security teams to sweep the ship?
No.
Happy hunting, Captain.
I've taken this personally now.
Well then, happy hunting.
I am going to call out through the systems, just localized in the area.
Okay.
I don't know which one of you from the Solus has made it onto my vessel. You're not important enough for me to know who you are. But rest assured, you will not leave this ship alive.
I just need you all to know that the person that is aboard the rally right now is a fucking menace.
My queen.
We all love Savon.
Is there anything like
The best person on the ship.
Is there anything like D&D survival check for tracking?
Absolutely. That is an insight plus security check.
Hold on. I gotta do it to him. 1 second. So sorry. I love having a clean desk because I can do this now.
Is that a 1 and a
6?
6? What are your focuses? Actually, no. It would only be 3. It would still be 3 successes. With 3 successes.
My focuses are composure, team dynamics, inspiration, diplomacy, infiltration, and improvisation.
With your focus in infiltration, you know that. So you were trying to sort of scan and figure out exactly where this interloper is in your ship. You're able to pin down all of your crew are actually fairly heavily modified, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yes. Very much like myself.
Very much like yourself, like different interfaces, different, like, there is one life sign aboard your ship that is not modified at all.
Where is it?
Stock Andorian. But has a very interesting looking, not necessarily a cloaking device, but some sort of holographic overlay. It is several sections down from you, currently making their way to the shuttle bay.
Okay, great. Once I'm gonna, well, I can access my terminals from here as soon as anyone is in the shuttle bay. How many other life forms are in the shuttle bay currently?
The security team just finished doing a thorough sweep of the captain's yacht, and there's currently 3 of your complement that are still remaining. The rest of them have gone about their other duties because they scanned pretty much the entire ship. The one member of your crew that was stuck in the transporter buffer has been taken to sick bay. But there are others that are still standing guard outside of that ship specifically.
I'm gonna make my way. I would like to grab a breather first, though.
Like a...
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. Easy enough to do. You grab that. The camera shifts back to the USS Solstice. Making my way down deck. Anyways. Alright, Solstice crew. What's your plan?
Making my way down deck. I'm upset. This bitch better get wrecked.
No, run, Savon, run. Dobum, I know you had an idea. We have additional information now, so I don't know if how much that changes things, but we've charted for the nebula to hide, right? So we've bought ourselves some time. We know that their warp core is susceptible to either an influx or significant reduction of tachyon radiation. We have a crew member on board their ship that we would very much like to not be on board their ship. We also, correct me if I'm mistaken, but the Faraday cage with Nara, does Dovum have that?
Dovum never actually took the cage itself from Mike.
Yeah.
Right, Mike had it?
Mike has it. It's still secure in engineering. And I think at this point the captain has let you in on that portion of the plan, is that Nara never left the ship. The holographic emitter is still secure.
Rip to my combat AI, though.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to meta.
You're good.
Did you say weakness to high bursts of tachyon radiation?
Potentially, yes. Do we still have Nara in our possession?
Yeah, I left it with Mike. Was it Ensign?
I believe it was Chief.
Lieutenant?
It was Chief.
Chief.
Yeah. If I remember, it was Chief Latoris.
Right. Well, you're telling me Savon's still there. Okay, that changes a lot of things. I'm going to get over to the armory. I'm going to rig a few of our photon torpedoes to release a burst of tachyon radiation, and maybe we can use that.
I agree. I also, Captain, I would suggest that we use all resources at our disposal. We cannot let Nara fall into Captain Harrow's hands. However, perhaps we could use them offensively against Captain Harrow. They have not experienced anything like Nara, to our understanding, given his level of interest. Perhaps we could unleash their capabilities on their ship's computers in the same fashion that Nara originally introduced themselves to us. Create some sort of tactical advantage to give Dovum time for the torpedoes to get close enough to overload their warp core.
Do what you have to. You've got all the resources of the ship available to you. We need to find a way to stop Captain Harrow, because if he's been affected in some way by the anomaly, then reversing it for them might be our best chance at having some sort of semblance of diplomacy.
Dovum, I will need you to release Nara from the Faraday cage, or from whoever possesses it. Please bring it here immediately. Nilani, are you able to chart a course to the nebula to buy us some time?
Can do. Most of that's already sorted.
I think at this point you're already hiding out inside the nebula.
Yeah.
It's just why they were unable to track you.
Mm-hmm.
Captain.
I think Nilani would probably be also making sure that the scanning the areas too, because you said that we get the cloaking frequency.
Yes.
So does that mean Nilani can sort of scan?
You can scan and you can spot the cloaked ship. That is assuming they haven't found a way to counteract it already.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind if Nara was on board and another helping hand as well. I've got a question, hopefully, that they can answer or help me with.
You all make your way down to engineering. Standing watch over top of it is an ensign. Just in a yellow engineering. Chief Latoris left me to watch and it's a young sort of not engineer, this is a security officer. Dovum, you know that this is Ensign Muncher.
What's his full name?
Arnold, can you take that up to the... Can you take that up to the
I don't think
bridge?
he goes by Arnold.
Well, I'm their commanding officer, so I called him Arnold whatever I want.
Rude.
Rude.
Uh,
Arnold Simon Muncher, reporting for duty.
And I would like to get started on these torpedoes.
Ensign A.S. Muncher lifts the Faraday cage off, presses the button on the holographic emitter. Nothing happens.
We need to look.
I'm
Can
going to
I
take a look at this before I do the torpedoes.
Yeah, Taru would just kind of descend upon the holograph emitter then. Like, what the heck's going on?
It is empty. There's no data inside.
Wait, what?
Can I
What is
do a
this?
little weird computer thing to see if the computer responds to
Taru, it's at this point you remember...
my little Wordle?
No, yeah, your little Wordle. Love it. The Wordle pops up with like, what's a 5-letter word?
I don't know.
Hello.
Oh, nice.
You remember that Savannah has a trick when she gets extraordinarily drunk, Taru. She likes to play the shell game to scam people out of credits. It's an old habit from the colony she grew up on. Everything for Savan is just ways to keep people guessing. Tricks on tricks. This was just another layer of deception. When you told Savan to take care of business, Savan listened.
Okay. Taru would like to then turn on her Savan logic and try to because I don't think Savan would have done something in a way that she thought would debilitate us. Like we have Nara somewhere. Like she is present with us somewhere. I mean, I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together. Perhaps we can recheck the transmission that Savan piggybacked underneath Captain Haro's message. Perhaps she took Nara with her and has since returned them to us via that transmission.
No, Lonnie.
You figured that out.
The
I
little
need to
Wordle
start
comes
on this.
back with 2 different words. Hello, world.
And Nara's here in the ship.
It's just like it's just a little text output. It says, "Hello, Nalani."
Someone saw the data transfer between the ship and the holographic emitter once and is already able to reverse it. This is a scary person. I am glad that they're on our side.
Well,
I would like to get started on the torpedoes.
Well, they might have had assistance from a chief engineer who did a last-minute data transfer and just said, go into this little subroutine and just lie low. You're not going to be drawing any power from the ship. This is just an auxiliary system."
Okay. Taru is going to head to a console where she can then talk directly to Nara, kind of nodding to Dovum. I entrusted the torpedoes to you. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to assist.
Dovum, it's time to make a reason and engineering roll.
I have done this before, technically. Not exactly this, but you know what? I have a focus in improvisation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is not a bad ability for me.
Is
That
there
is a
any
terrible roll for me.
assist that Nalani could do? Because
Absolutely,
Nalani's
Nalani. If you want
knowledge
to
of
roll,
security systems.
if you want to roll an extra die and add that to the list, you can.
Alrighty. What was it? Reason and security or control and
reason and security.
16 and under. That is a 15. So I got 1 success.
If I remember correctly, we can also add additional d20s if we allow the GM more threat.
If you have the bold trait,
No, I do not.
You can spend threat, but you also have 3 momentum if you want to buy an additional d20.
I would love to just buy an additional d20.
Sure thing. We'll spend that point of momentum.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so I rolled 1 success, and then I rolled an 18 and a 19.
What?
Hoof, buddy. What are your talents?
Mean right hook, dauntless, close protection, strong paw, and martial artist.
What does strong paw get you, real quick?
It's not relevant to engineering.
Okay.
It gives me, whenever you attempt a task to resist being coerced or threatened, you reduce the difficulty by 1.
Yeah. So that's 2 successes. You're able to. How many of these missiles did you want to be able to
yield?
retrofit? You wanted to do a full yield. You were able to get 1 with 2
We gotta
successes.
make it count.
You were able to get 1 missile, and so you got to make this shot count.
Yeah, Taru. Taru would kind of go to the console to try and engage with Nara, but then would hesitate.
Mm-hmm.
And call over her intercom. Lieutenant Taru to Dr. Tix.
And on that, we're going to cut to a quick break because our doctor is actually here, and we're going to let him into the Zoom call. We'll see you back in about 10 minutes. And we're back. And I don't know what's about to happen, y'all. So the ship, the USS Solstice, is currently Jesus. Turn that off. The USS Solstice is currently hiding out in a nebula, and Taru has called for Dr. Tix.
Dr. Tix here.
Would you please join me? There is a conversation that I think you need to be a part of.
Tix, what have you been doing? We'll do a quick flashback.
Yeah. How far are we flashing back?
We can flash all the way back to just before you all entered the anomaly. As far back as you need.
Yeah, so as the solstice was warping into the anomaly, Tix is feeling very doesn't have any what's the word? Not feeling that he has they have any use on the bridge at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And starts heading towards the teleporter room in which Dovum had just come back.
To the transporter room, for sure.
To the transporter room.
The doors slide open and you see Dovum on the landing pad.
I take out the spray to come over to make sure.
Hypo spray.
The hypo spray.
Fine. It's superficial. He barely clocked me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Tix will pull back and punch Dovum in the stomach.
Roll me a fitness plus security real quick. Tix. Dovum, do you try and defend yourself or are you just going to take it?
I mean, I'd like to avoid
also,
any
hands
damage.
check?
Fucking hands.
I mean, I'd like to, like, absorb it, but, like, I'm not going to, like, counterattack.
Okay.
It's fine, because it's a 10 and an 18. I don't. It's a fitness and security?
Yeah, what's your fitness and what's your security?
8 and 1.
So it's like 9.
I got a 10 and 18.
If I may, I think I take the blow. It obviously doesn't do, like, damage or anything. I'm sorry I didn't tell anyone what I was doing.
Well, the captain knew, but that's neither here nor there.
Where are they?
I mean, I didn't get Savan back. You saw what happened.
Where's Nara?
Still with Mike.
Look, Dovum. We're in a situation in which it is life or death, and I do not want to sacrifice any of my team members. I am glad you're alive. Truly, truly glad you're alive.
Nara was never on the shuttlecraft with me. It was a lie, and I didn't tell anyone, only the captain, because I thought it would work better that way. And also, I may have lied. He might have hit me a bit harder than superficially.
Look. Tix will, he probably, punched, didn't hurt, and then just kind of, hit him on the chest again, but just not trying to hurt him. He's like, I don't want to lose any of you.
If I could swap places with Savan right now, I would do it.
I know. But we would be in the same position either way.
You don't...
What, you think
Your
you think I'm going to be able to sit idly by and just be like, yeah, sure, let's just trade Dovum for Zaman and then we'll just leave Dovum, huh? You think that's what I'm gonna do?
What I would do.
I don't care about the Prime Directive making people into... If we go against the Prime Directive, that we have to deem them fodder. I'm not leaving anyone behind. You got that? We're not threatening to trade lives because you need to be alive. And it's my job to keep you alive. Understand?
Understood, Doctor. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to do my best to keep us all safe. I need to get to the captain and tell him what happened.
Go. I'm going to spray you real quick, so...
Anesthetic takes effect, and the pain is lessened.
I'm going to let Dovum go to the bridge, and I'm going to head to the... I am gonna head to the medical wing. My office. And pull out the bottle. Just stare at it. I do not know what to do. I was not built for this.
Do you wish you were built different?
I just don't know what you would do.
Sitting on the other side of the desk is Dr. Llewellyn. I don't think it really matters what I do. I'm not here, remember?
Yeah.
I think what's more important is what you would do. What would Dr. Tixeltix do? I'm sure it's not sniveling at a desk all day.
We're up against a threat which I was never prepared for. We're up against our own. I was trained to keep people out of battle, not put into.
Your job is to keep them healthy. Your job is to keep them safe from threats so that they can continue to fight. You know what you need to do, Tix. And you're not going to find the answer at the bottom of the bottle.
Captain Haro is clearly gone against the Prime Directive. Which means as far as Starfleet goes, they are not under my protection. I'm gonna look at my prosthetic hand. And I am going to put the bottle down and go to the science lab.
Mm-hmm.
And pull up all of my research from when of the first virus the virus that took my hand.
Fast acting causes necrosis. The solution was elegant in its simplicity, but you weren't able to save Dr. Llewellyn in time. The camera shifts back, and it's just Tix sitting at the desk with the empty chair on the other side. All of a sudden, there's a ping over the intercom. True to Tix?
Tix here.
believe there's a conversation you need to be a part of. Would you please join me?
I will be right there. And I think I want to, during this time of waiting, just thinking about, with my combination of xenobiology, virology,
Yep.
and quantum mechanics. How feasible am I able to create a virus that would affect machine? That would have affect mortals, like mortal beings, the same way.
So a virus that specifically targets probably like technological augmentation.
Mm-hmm.
Or like it disrupts the connection between like that and like the user. It would be a reason plus engineering. No, I'd say reason plus medicine, you could argue. And yes, your focuses would apply, but it is going to be like a difficulty 4, I'm going to say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, focus. If all those focuses apply, my being of many talents kicks in. And I want to pull on the value I have of every problem has a solution.
Okay, so you can spend a point of determination to either get yourself an additional die, or have one of those die that you are rolling automatically have rolled a 1. Which means you would only be rolling one die by itself.
I am gonna have the 3 die.
Oh yeah, because you get an extra die from the being of many talents.
I get a reroll for being of many talents.
Okay. So you're going to roll 3d20.
Yep.
And you're going to want it... you'll crit on a 1 through a 5, because of your focuses.
Okay.
And you can reroll.
All right. So rerolling 1.
It is difficulty 4, so it will take you 4 successes to be able to sort this out.
I rolled a 14, a 4, and a 3.
That is 5 successes. That gets you a bonus point of momentum.
And I think I take that into, like, I reload the hyper spray.
Yeah.
I put it on my belt and go to the bridge.
Sounds good. So you meet up with Taru, Nalani, and Dovum has been outfitting his security teams with, you said type 3 phasers?
Phaser rifles. Pew, pew.
Phaser, that does add a point of threat to the situation, which I have already doled out to our counterpart on the other side of the screen here.
Every
Noir's
person,
evil grin just then was scary.
every security officer is now wielding one of these phasers. I can't also give them body armor, can I?
That would, if you want, that adds another point of threat.
How we feeling,
you
gang?
can just keep stacking it up.
Good. I'm scared.
But you have Captain Harrow will shift to your ship very quickly.
Okay.
My communicator
So-
was a little too low.
I make it to the shuttle bay,
Mm-hmm.
and as ordered, all doors are locked. Did the people in the shuttle bay get the message?
They did. They received the message, and you can see them all put the rebreathers on their faces.
And is there anyone without a breather?
No.
Okay. I am going to access the local comms of this shuttle bay. I know you're in here. And I have to tell you, I admire everything that you've done to this point. The Battle of Wolf 359. My father was on the USS Melbourne, one of the first to fall. My mother, who just left the Melbourne, was on a transport vessel, the Nautilus. A transport vessel caught in the middle of a war between 40 ships and one cube. She was assimilated. Kept her wits long enough to keep me hidden, and for years I did what you're doing. Hiding in the rafters, in the dark corners. But I also learned that the Borg had a point. Failure should be our teacher. The Raleigh was abandoned and stuck. Our warp core damaged. Radiation leaking. My crew dying of delta poisoning. You'll notice that most of us have upgrades. We have upgrades because of that poison, that radiation. The very radiation I've been flooding the shuttle bay with for the past 10 minutes. The breathers won't help. Just wanted to give you a sense of comfort as you realize you are slowly dying here. And I would like to try and find her now.
Okay. Make me an insight plus security roll. This is going to be difficulty 3.
I will spend a point of threat.
To lower the difficulty?
Yep.
Okay, so it's now a difficulty 2.
That is a 5 and a 10. And what I have to beat is, where did I put my character sheet? 11.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. So that's what you needed.
Barely.
Barely. You make your way to the corner of the shuttle bay. Just in time to see the flash of movement of someone on the transporter pad. currently hot wiring it like their life depends on it, because it does.
All systems should have been disabled.
Funny about that. You see someone dressed like one of your security guards.
I
Tap.
immediately fire.
Tap a few buttons just as there's a whirring of a transporter signal. Who knows to where?
And there's nothing. Look. To threat. Complication.
Okay.
Neural interface immediately powers down the transporter.
Can we use our momentum for Sylvan right now?
You can use
Yeah,
your
can we
momentum to
please?
negate that
Thank you.
complication if you
Yes,
like.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. Bring her
How's it
home.
feel,
Bring
Noir?
her home. Bring her
All right.
home.
This is how much I'm gonna spend then.
Oh no.
How much are y'all willing to spend?
All of it.
Yeah, we dump all of the rest of our momentum.
How much did they have versus? Hold
They-
on. Did okay, then I'll raise it. Can you beat 6?
They can't.
Don't we have 3?
I'm powering it down via the neural interface.
Okay. It powers down and you see this figure in black. The figure is like shimmering and shaking against the delta radiation. It looks as though there's some sort of different engineering trickery happening.
I'm gonna fire.
The shot goes through. It hits something.
But no reaction. Okay.
It falls to the ground, and there is something lying there.
I take a look to see what it is.
You flip it over.
Mm-hmm.
You flip it over, and it looks like a strange combination of metal and circuitry.
Yep.
With a holographic overlay that's been placed on top of it.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm trying.
I think we've done our prep on the solstice.
I've been rolling Savant, like all of Savant's little plans behind the scenes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the shell game
Okay.
continues.
We have the torpedo.
Right.
AJ has the violation to international law.
It is.
think
It is that.
Did we kick it off? We're still in the nebula, right? They haven't found us.
Hood off. Hood off.
Hood off.
So, we have the torpedo. We have one shot to take out their warp core. We can then try to escape back out through the anomaly, but we have to figure out a way to get Sivan on board. I think in order to do that, we need to give her a tactical advantage to getting out. I think that means, and this is all outside of it, right? Using Nara, potentially, to help override their computer systems to give Savan kind of like a free hallway, but at the same time, if we put Nara in the computer systems, there's no guarantee that doesn't just hand Nara over.
If we hit their warp core with a torpedo, their shields are gone, and we could just transport them out.
Okay. All right. Like I trust the Star Trek knowledge because like I only know a little bit. And maybe we can keep Dr. Tixel from committing war crimes. But like
the
listen,
other
bud.
option that we have, let's pretend we're saying this to the captain, I guess. The other option
Do we
is,
even know that Tix has the war crime
Nope.
jibby jab? No.
Well, can
okay.
we? So maybe can we pick up like with Taru talking to Tix really quick, and then we can do a little like situation room debrief. Cool.
Let's go.
Doctor,
Lieutenant?
have you been apprised of the situation?
Yeah.
Savan is currently aboard the USS Rowley. She's running out of time. She was able to transmit Nara back to the ship, piggybacking on a communication coming from Captain Haro. Nara is currently hiding in a subroutine protocol aboard the ship. We should be able to still communicate and access her as needed. The threat that we currently face is that we need to be able to disable the warp core aboard the USS Rowley, hopefully taking down their shields so we may teleport Savan to our vessel and escape back through the anomaly. With their warp core damaged, the further away from the anomaly they get, the less fuel they have from the tachyon radiation. This should, in theory, buy us time. However, it is possible that this is not enough of a tactical advantage to overcome the crew's capacity for adapting. It is clear that they have spent a lot of time learning to adapt. It may become necessary to utilize Nara, despite the risk of them coming under the influence of Captain Haro.
My feelings are pretty clear on this. So, I have been acting on emotion and not logic. So I think if we are going to use Nara, then Nara should know. Nara should be in the plan.
That is yes. I would not strip Nara of their autonomy.
That is not a decision that we make. That's a decision that Nara makes.
Correct. I wanted to discuss it with you first, as I understand that emotions in this kind of instance would be elevated. Where Nara is still learning to control their emotions, I thought that it would be prudent to discuss beforehand that you might be able to address the conversation with a level head, if at all possible. Have you been drinking, Doctor?
No, I haven't.
This is good.
The only way that I can think of is giving more of a tactical advantage is being able to secure an area in which Shaban could get to, that we bring people in, they secure an area, Saban gets there, we teleport them out. So they focus on protecting one area as Saban tries to get there, and we can teleport them all. It risks more people, yes, I am aware. But that is the only tactical advantage that I can think of, other than that would give an additional advantage of Nara scrambling their ship and creating enough distraction while also giving Shaban some kind of protection.
You've given me an idea, Doctor. Taru would like to go over to the console. Keeper. Taru is a creature of habit.
Yep.
She fully embraces Starfleet, its mission, its protocols. She understands that this is a sovereign class vessel. She would like to pull up the emergency protocols for evacuation or something that this crew would have to rely on should life support systems be diminished.
Yeah, absolutely. Easily enough to do that. You have full access because it is a Starfleet vessel.
Great. If there was a way to introduce an emergency, much like what Nara did aboard the Matador, introducing a life-threatening event, the crew would be forced to evacuate according to protocol, safety. Captain Harrow believes he is using logic, abandoning the Prime Directive and protocols set by Starfleet. But what the captain seems to have forgotten is that in order to break the rules, you have to know them. Perhaps we could use Nara to introduce this emergency, causing the crew to abandon their current posts, current stations, searching for Savan, which they are certainly doing. Creating a channel for which Savan could escape. Should we choose to put a party aboard the ship, they could provide cover for her retreat. This would have to take place after the missile is hit, though. I suggest that we include everyone else in this conversation.
I think at this point it's in the ready room and the captain's.
Yeah.
This is a risky plan, but if you think it's our best chance of getting Savan back and stopping.
The thing is that we don't know what kind of advancements these other people have. Could they breathe in space? Who knows? Could they what possible emergency can we do that will cause them to abandon their ship?
I don't think we need to
have a solution to this one. Let's just say if I can take myself and a team over there and get into one of their critical systems, I can force them all to evacuate the ship. And their advancements, their advantages would not even play into it.
Curious as to what that hand would be, what you would play. My only input is we don't know what there are things we don't know about them, sure, but we do know that there are augmentations involved. There is some form of communication link between them and anything involving software and technology, it appears, from what Captain Harrow has committed on board this ship, and with my general knowledge of of computers, everything has a frequency that they don't like.
Right. And
that can be advantageous in a moment because you would either force a stop or you would put them back into a position that they once were in. So back to their core systems, if that makes sense.
Well, Lieutenant Commander, I'm actually a bit ahead of you on this one. I have a way to shut down all of their technological systems in a small radius around me.
Oh, nice. Is that like Starfleet? Yeah, or is that a secret?
This is not by the book.
Like, this is like out of character, like...
If I may reveal, this is a secret roll I did last week.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right.
So what if we do this? We need the torpedo to hit. We cannot get aboard the vessel until that has happened. We need to distract them. We need to pull them out. I believe maybe instead of using Nara aboard their ship, we revealed that Nara is here. Haro was able to detect their energy signature. We rely on our pilot's ability and try to lure them into the nebula along with us, using Nara as a beacon. Try to use the tactical advantage that the nebula would help scramble sensors potentially to hit with the torpedo, then beam an aboard crew to finish out Dovum's part of the plan and extract Savan safely. It's risky. My years of experience with Starfleet tells me that this is
advisable.
Ill-advised. But it is what Savan would do.
It's then that the ship is rocked. Hey Noir, can I get you to roll... let's see, where is that? It's in our DMs, isn't it? From last week.
Just engaged them. Oh, but if they attacked us, they've dropped out of cloak.
Quantum torpedoes. I would like you to roll me 7d6, please.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna open up.
And then just tell me how many of them rolled 3 4s and 3s and 4s, and how many of them rolled 5s and 6s.
Will do. All right. Let's see. How many was that again? 76?
7, correct.
Ooh. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3 5s, 2 6s, a 4, and a 1.
Okay. So the I'm gonna need to roll structure plus security. Okay. How many 5s was that again? Or how many?
3 5s, 2 6s, a 4, and a 1.
We're able to negate.
Have resistance 3 if that matters.
It does. It means that the ship gets rocked. Y'all can do your Wires come down from EPS conduits. There are sparks flying everywhere. You run to the bridge, and you can see coming up on the ship's sensors. It is coming in at that same sort of angle is the USS Raleigh on the view screen.
How much shield damage should we take?
You just took 5 points of shield damage. I don't know that we can take another hit like that.
We can't.
It's time then. We have a plan.
I'm gonna immediately run to tactical, and
Okay.
I would love to fire a weapon.
As Dovum's doing that, I would like to try and pull Nara's code from the sub protocol to the surface to create kind of a diversion, just an energy, give them something else to pay attention to.
Captain
using
Haro, that
every bit of
energy
fly.
signal is back on the ship.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That energy signal is back on the ship.
I guess.
Dovum, I'm going to ask you to make me a this is going to be a daring plus security roll.
Would I not be using the ship stats?
Yes, use the ship stats. So that would be weapons plus security, which is
I would love to use our last remaining momentum to buy an additional D20 here.
for sure.
Will I be doing any flying in the meantime?
You can absolutely start doing evasive maneuvers.
Evasive maneuvers.
Evasive
Everything.
maneuvers.
Do those evasive maneuvers. You were trained
Do a
to
barrel roll.
do a barrel roll.
Well, what am I rolling? And do I always have an exit strategy as my value?
Absolutely, you can call upon that value to give yourself an extra d20. And you're going to be rolling a daring plus con.
Perfect. And because a focus is evasive action, I get anything under that.
Yeah, anything under your con roll does count as a crit.
That is six. I rolled all crits.
6.
I rolled. My con is 5. I rolled 2 5s and a 3.
That's excellent, because I have so far
Let
rolled
this
0
pilot
successes.
fly.
Pew!
Our ship's
And
not
also
very-
I have efficient evasion and precise evasion and flyby. All of the talents in fly.
All of the fly talents. This is 100% your thing. You get some momentum back. As another volley comes from the hey, Captain Haro, would I be able to get you to roll me from your ship's stats? This is going to be a security plus weapons.
Sure. Let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. That's an 8 and a 12. Security plus weapons is a 13, so 2 successes.
2 successes? Okay. So this, give me, this other volley, comes out from the ship, but, Nalani is able to sort of deftly maneuver out of the way. There is a subsequent shockwave, that does, does take out a little bit more of the ship's structural integrity. But Nalani, you're able to largely... It could have been a lot worse. Okay.
My
Dovan,
talents reduce difficulty, by the way.
Okay, for the next
That's what
task.
they do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good. Dovum. All right, Solstice team. Let's just go over the plan really quickly. You are going to fire this.
Fire their torpedo, try to take out their warp core and shields in the process, beam aboard a crew or a team, locking, because we should be able to, using our scans, locate Savan aboard their vessel, send in a crew to help get her out, beam her out to us, and make a run for it, essentially.
Okay.
Right? Am I missing anything, gang?
Let's go with the first part of that plan. That's firing the missile, correct?
Yes.
So you rolled, what was it for your weapons and security again?
Well, I was gonna say I wanted to roll first phasers to weaken their shield, but it doesn't matter because it was 0 successes anyway.
Okay.
Our ship's very bad at shooting. It's like actually our worst ability.
It's like we were sent on a rescue mission and not a military attack mission.
You're right.
Okay. If that doesn't hit, remembering what happened when we were under the influence of the tachyon radiation, the class of our ship changed. Taru would turn off the tachyon radiation beacon that keeps us from being affected by it.
Okay.
I got nothing. If we can't take their shields down, if we can't take their warp core out, we're sitting ducks.
I'm just gonna...
Sorry, if this is a bad plan, we do not need to do this, but this feels like the right answer.
There are no bad plans. It just means that I might need to take a break to figure out exactly how we're gonna handle this. We'll be back in about 5 minutes while I figure out exactly what's happening and possibly make a new character sheet for the ship. We'll be back. And we're back. And the alert condition is still red. Okay. You release the safeties from the solstice. I'm just gonna...
Did Peru tell any of us?
I think she would have. I think she would have turned to the crew, and like as she deactivated it, would say, "I believe that we will have to leave some of this up to chance," and then would turn it off.
Happens, GM.
The ship begins to shift and change, and waves of this energy begin to emit off of the ship as everything that was shielding you from the effects of this anomaly begin to flood. Portions of the ship begin to shift and change, and Haro, you feel portions of your ship begin to shift and change as well, as you are also caught in this wave from that is emanating off of the solstice.
Yeah, we're just gonna give the order to fire again when ready.
The order comes through. Solstice, you are now a Constitution class ship. Like the USS Enterprise A.
Is that the best? Is that the best?
It
I
is
don't know what that means.
Incredibly out of date.
Oh
I rolled a 20.
We got a worse ship.
Wait,
You're all dressed in classic TNG style. Captain Till is at the con wearing like a green shirt with like yellow stripe or gold stripes. Savon doesn't look like she's changed much. But the good news is your shields are still up and operational.
Am I still a pilot? What the shit is this?
Everybody is still the exact same position, but we are now. This is now like a old. At Captain Haro, you see on the screen that the ship changes into
this
a
ship designed
Constitution
200
class
years
vessel.
old. At this
But
point
does
in
it
time,
have better weapons?
It does not.
Fudge!
this ship designed 200 years old at this point, right?
Something like that.
Of course. Amazing. All right. Do
At
we have
this
a
point-
ship sheet?
I do not have a ship sheet for you. At this point, Till just says, to hell with this. Open a channel. Solstice to rally.
You'll respond. Captain Haro.
Needless to say, you just saw what happened to our ship when we removed the precautions that we had in place.
I gave you the terms of any sort of diplomatic peace between us. And in turn, you responded by lying and by trickery. And by having someone infiltrate my ship, the likes of which I still have not recovered them, so I have nothing further to say to you other than die. Goodbye. And if we fire.
Okay. give me a weapons plus security roll. I'm just going to do a real quick on the Star Trek Adventures character thing. I'm just going to make a Constitution class ship very quickly so that way I have the stats for it. Actually, wait. Hold on a second. I should have one
Oh,
here.
yeah, are those
no.
single digits?
Constitution class's base weapon rating is 8. Computer rating is 8.
That is a 1 and a 6, and I'm going to spend all of my threat to add more.
My God.
Every single one of our base system scores goes down by at least 1 or 0.
God damn it.
God. Oh,
Cool.
God.
My only question is, do we keep our captain's yacht?
You don't have a captain, so it's on the other ship.
It's on the other ship.
It's
We
like a
keep our
Delta. There's a
captain.
weird Delta class roundabout.
God.
Yeah.
That's a disgusting roll.
That's
So-
absolutely terrible.
So I don't know how much threat I have, so I'll let you determine how many more dice I get to roll. But this is a 1 and a 6.
Oh,
I love all of this so much. Can you please roll me 7d6? Because they're quantum torpedoes you're still firing.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, am I still evading? Oh man. Or am I just like-
make your rolls for the evasive maneuvers if you want to. Oh, we lost your cam, Noir.
Oh, sorry. Here, that's me. I'm back. Oh, okay. It's not letting me back. That's weird. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Hey, we still have a photo of Noir at least.
Well, at least we got that.
Hey.
And
Oh,
my
no.
thing lowers the difficulty.
It does lower. It does help with the ship's how much damage the ship takes.
Okay, sweet. I can only roll 2 dice. I can't do anything else to.
I'm sorry. I gotta be right back. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
Oh, go for it. We'll just
'Cause I'm on-
hang out until Nora gets back.
I'm
I
on
guess.
3 success right now.
3 successes. Okay.
Constitution class.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 15 and a 20, y'all. I just need to
Ooh.
find my.
Oh, actually, technically our weapons are better
For the time?
because our security score went up.
Yeah, you need to let him in because there's the waiting.
Oh,
room.
yeah, that's right. There's a waiting room. Boop. And that should fix that, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And we'll go boop. There we go.
About that.
Welcome in.
My plan was to leave the Zoom so I would show up in Wass's place, and then I would be the pilot, and then I would fly you
Oh,
all directly
no.
into the sun.
You fool.
Genius.
I just need to find a.
Oh yeah, the
seconds.
76, right?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Oh no.
Oh. Where the fuck are these rolls coming from? Okay.
It's finale, baby.
Vengeance.
6646424.
How many sixes?
1, 2, 3.
3 sixes, 2 fours, and a 2.
No,
So-
three
Oh.
sixes, 3 4s, and 1 2.
Okay, so that's. So that is.
A total of 26
32.
plus 6 is
32.
Well, it's not the numbers don't stack.
Oh, gotcha.
The numbers affect successes. So
Gotcha.
sixes are, 5s and 6s are a hit with an effect,
Oh, great.
and 3s and 4s are just flat hits. 1s and 2s are nothing.
So 6 hits, 3 effects.
6 hits, 3 effects. And I believe one of the effects on the is vicious,
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
which means that it pretty much takes out a whole bunch of
Vicious
extra.
adds an extra damage per effect. Because my
Yes.
fists have vicious.
Wait, I just need to. I think I found the.
That's
Instagram
not a
messages.
joke.
I'm just trying to find a NPC ship, and I can't seem to find them.
Noir, this is a game in which you're supposed to roll low. What are you doing?
Okay.
Doing?
What are you doing,
Hey,
Noir?
Did you
I put
happen
the
to-
roll in the Discord.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing, Noir?
What are
Roll
you doing,
low.
step bro? Oof. Okay. So the effect is hey, sorry, 1 second. Milan, would you be able to you had the ship stats pulled up, correct?
I can pull them up again. I can.
Yeah.
They
I
were.
just cannot seem to find them for the life of me.
Yeah. So, what stats do you need?
I need to know your structure plus your security for a vessel like this. And I also know that Nilani was rolling some dice to try and evade and soak some of the hit. So how many successes did you have? It was 3?
Yeah, it was 2 dice. I rolled 3 success because I don't think I can roll any more.
Okay. So with the 3 successes, you would be able to soak up, I believe, soak up 3 of the damage. So that brings us to, or I think you can also soak up like 1 of the effects or something like that. Ship combat is complicated in this system. Please stand by, folks, because we're still learning.
So our structure is actually the same. Our security has gone up by 1 because
Okay.
of the Constitution class's unique abilities.
Okay, and what is the shield rating on the...
It actually says we have 1 more point of shields, that we have 11 total.
Okay, because it is an older vessel, but it's still a more secure vessel. Okay, so instead of 6 points of damage to the shields with Nolani and the ship's structure, what's the resist? Oh, that resistance is something else. It's going to take only. The ship rocks again, and it takes. So with the vicious effect, what does that do? Remind me again. It
1
adds
extra damage per effect.
1 extra damage per effect.
Mhm.
So it was 3 effects that were on the board.
I think so.
Okay. The ship lurches. Again, those same different EPS conduits, because different ship fall down around. And you see the captain fall from his seat and land on the ground and is still.
Oh, god damn it. No.
And you all hear a voice echoing through the ship. I can see it. I can see all of it. And I can change it. And that is where we're going to end this season of The Lost Frontier.
Ah!
Yes!
Say
That
what?
was so good. I
Hi,
was like,
Noir.
it's
Welcome to
happening.
the cast.
It's happening.
Welcome to the permanent cast of The Lost Frontier.
There's
Villain.
there's a bright flash of light, and that is where we end the season.
That was amazing.
What?
Your reaction was the
Listen,
best.
it was the same. It's the same thing, just history
It's
repeated,
the
but it just
thing.
looks a little different.
It's the thing.
Yeah, because now we're on board a totally different ship.
I feel like how did we not recognize it was a completely different bridge? Or did we?
No. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
the same. Wasn't it that it's the same thing that's being said and happening, just a different ship?
Just
Yeah.
a different ship. There's a completely different configuration to the bridge. But the message that you saw from the other side, you were just the Solstice. You were still a Nova class vessel.
On
Oh my god.
just because I'm curious, do we have any other trail aboard our ship?
Yeah, as your pilot.
Oh right. Oh no.
Unjoined. Yeah, it's great. I'm loving that.
Well, that's been
Perfect.
our show for the season. Thanks everybody for joining us and stopping by. We're gonna do our outros. Starting with. We'll start on the opposite order. AJ, because we did the reverse order last time when we came in.
Oh, fudge. I'm never prepared. Hi. I'm AJ. I'm dropping shit. Also known as Hoosh Kid. Dropping shit still. I'm a video editor, transcriber, streamer, voice actor, and producer. You can find me on the 3Ts of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid. On the first Wednesday or Tuesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. EST, I serve Lord Quackers in Foul and Friends, a D&D 5e actual play found on Misty Mountain Legends, where I play Dolph Fitzgerald, your cool bro, halfling cleric, domain of the waterfowl. It's a great time. I'm totally not searching for anything else while I'm doing this outro. There we go. Saturdays, maybe. We're still trying to figure out. It is time for the best esports team you have ever seen. Dub. Hold on. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna let's see. Dub Club.
God, Noir's a solid dude.
Along with my teammates Milan and D, we go through all the games, all wins, every day, no losses. Do not check the VOD because, like I said, we always win. We are not liable for what happens to you if you do check the VOD. Of course, the sunglasses that I'm looking for are over here. So just don't check it because we're not responsible for it. Available on every podcast service every other Tuesday. In the midst of Giant Country, an ancient series of trials are taking place, and our travelers find themselves in the middle of it. Join Boone Riffin, my half-orc, halfling, and monk, because always mix your races. It's fun. And their companions in the D&D 5e actual play Through Hollow Flames, DM'd by the lovely It's the Riddler. On Mondays, you can find me on the 1985 Games partnered show Kingsguard. I play the proclaimed King of Gloria, Eugene Festifiger, Man of Sea and the Stars. Tune in here on Mondays at 8 p.m. EST, in which you can find me even in more pain. We'll see. I mean, we're doing all right. I just John Wicked a bunch of Fae. It was a fun time. Might have changed Eugene. Who the fuck knows? I have full control of that scene now. I killed a lot of people now. I'm a killer. It's fun.
You don't have to have killed them.
Yes, I nicely asked them, and that's why I was covered in blood.
I was gonna say you couldn't say you rendered them unconscious. You can knock people out.
Like you knifely ass.
Nah, I think I'm
You
just
can ask
becoming
them nicely.
I think, I'm just becoming a killer within all of my campaigns. I got a deadly virus for ticks. I John Wicked a bunch of Fae. I'm gonna get Dolph to eat someone with their duck. Their dire duck is gonna eat someone. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's me. Hire me. It's Black History Month, so if you don't, it's
Questionable at
we're
best.
we're looking at you.
Nah, fuck that. Let's say what you be. If y'all do it, you racist.
You don't fucking do it.
Or you're racist.
Anyway,
Very good.
I'm gonna pass it
Ha!
down. Wasa, catch it. I'm passing it down to you. What? Catch it here.
Good job. You got it.
I got it, guys. I got it. G'day, everyone. It's Wasa, the pilot, doing the evasion. I am a writer, so all of the things that I do are writing. Sometimes I do streams, mostly it's writing. I was a writer for Sino Una, Kids on Brooms, Mnemonic, and other things that are in the land of NDA. I am also on a Hades game-inspired Blades in the Dark on Friends Who Roll Dice. So if you want to see some fire gaze, I am there as the fire gay. But that's me for now. Thank you. This was fantastic. I loved the ending. Chef's kiss. Verse it the other way.
Hooray to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Osarix Franco. I play Taru, the science officer, and I'm freaking out because I knew that it was coming, but I didn't know that it was just gonna be like that, and my brain's still freaking out. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all the places at Osarix Franco. I do a variety of TTRPG content here on Critical Misses, where I can't wait for the next season because oh my god. But the next time you can see me doing TTRPG stuff is over at Nat20 on Sunday for Plains Guarding Company, 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign. You can then find me Monday over at TBK Roleplay, where we're playing dating.sim. Noir will be pleased to hear that Steve will be trying to romance someone in this game. And I'm very pleased. It will be very good.
Is Steve still a god?
He's a god, a myth, a legend, all of the things that anyone should ever wish to be. Steve is, because he is Steve. And then on Tuesday, you can find me on TBK Roleplay in Sherlock Investigations, where I play Duke Schultz, a dwarf warlock who has sold his soul to the Fae. So, he's going to solve a mystery, I guess. On Wednesday, catch me again over at Nat20 in Against the Tides, where I play Kelby Sparkspinner, who is a very bright and spirited young gnome who is having to return home much sooner than anticipated. So it'll be a lot of fun. Check my Twitter for other things that are coming up. I've got some one-shots and other things happening. This is my favorite. I like a whole bunch. Hadoukening it up to Milan.
That's me, also known as Mallard on the internet. I have been playing acting Captain Dovum Baran. That's something now, I guess. Let's see how long that lasts. You can find me on Twitter as MallardMan_ or on Twitch as just MallardMan. I would hope that you follow me in both of those places, but not in real life. In addition to that, you can find me also on Through Hollow Flames podcast that comes out every other Tuesday. I'm going to say the last episode that we recorded, if you're not listening live and you don't catch it when it drops, you're basically irrelevant. Not to be rude, but it's that good. In addition, what are some other places you can find me? You can find me on the Dice Before Dawn network of podcasts, where I play in a World of Darkness Vampires the Masquerade game. Notes on when that comes out, closer to its release date, but you should be prepared for that. And I'm going to pass it, I guess, to Noir now.
Yeah!
Hello, everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the place. You know what? Nah, screw it. I'll go through the list. All right, here he is. Here we go. On Monday, you can find me over on Cobalt Press at 4 p.m. for Be Prepared. Then you can find me on Critical Misses for Kingsguard. On Tuesday, theoretically, I sleep. On Wednesdays, you can find me on Hexcrawl over on Black Cats Gaming at 1 p.m. Thursdays, you can find me over on Weave to Tell for Stormlands, a Pathfinder game. On Fridays, well, I can't tell you that yet, but keep an eye on my Twitter because some things are gonna happen on my Fridays now. On Saturdays, you can find me right here on Critical Message for Morning Ritual, and then over on Gilding Lights, so Team Phoenix's channel for Eclipsia. And then finally on Sundays, you can find me behind the scenes working as the producer for Rivals of Waterdeep. We are on our 12th season, and it's very exciting. But that's me.
Hello, that leaves me. I have been your GM for this evening. My name is Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere online at Panita or at Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, and cat mom, because you just saw the cat walk by. You can find me here, Mondays for Kingsguard. We've got a new season schedule that's coming up fairly shortly. Tuesdays, I'll be bringing back our horror anthology series, The Growing of the Dim, as a Kids on Bikes campaign this season. Very excited. You can also find us here on Wednesday for another game that I can't really talk about yet, or Thursday for another game after that. On Fridays, you can find me over at Bard and Barbarians channel for the next 4 weeks, which is for Bolt and Rampart, which is a Call of Cthulhu game. It's kind of inspired by Lock and Key. But other than that, you can also find us here Saturdays for Morning Ritual, and our guest this week is Katiosaurus. Next week, we've got Gremlin Art joining us, and I'm very excited to talk with all those fun folks. But we are going to get out of your hair and get the heck out of here. We've got someone we want to raid, everybody?
Dylan is streaming right now, I think.
Super Dylan?
Super Dylan?
Dylan,
Super Dylan's doing
TPK.
Jackbox.
TPK
is
up,
also doing stuff.
or Tony +1 is also up as well. We've got lots of friends.
So many friends are online.
Okay. Why am I not seeing Super Dylan? Oh, there it is, playing Jackbox. Do we want to send it over to what do you think, folks? Who we
Sounds
want
good
to
to
spread
me.
that love to?
Let's go visit Super Dylan.
Okay. We're gonna
Go
go
spread
say
that
hi
love.
to Super Dylan. Go spread some love over there. Thanks everybody for stopping by, and this has been our season finale. We will be back in about 10 weeks or so with our next season of this Star Trek Adventures wildness. Thank you all so much, and till next time, live long and prosper. Bye everybody.